Hello everyone, I'm Carl and welcome to my channel. This is just going to be a brief video introduction to what I'm hoping this channel becomes, a little bit about myself and the project car in question. So this video series is mostly going to be about that project car and the projects that pop up along the way with it. We're just going to be filming on the phone here, at least for the foreseeable future. So videos are going to be pretty basic. I'm not a pro at this. We're going to be filming in the garage. It's a bit of a mess. I just moved in, still moving more stuff in, trying to fix the garage and get it all organized while working on the car. So I apologize in advance for the mess. We're going to do our best to fix that up. I do have some training and experience working on cars and stuff, but I'm by no means an expert or professional. I just have some basic knowledge, and I like doing this. So I guess just rolling into the project. I'll give you guys some pictures and video here in a second, but just to go over what it is and what the kind of goal for the whole project is going to be. It's a 1972 Chevy Vega camback GT. A bit of a mouthful. What that means is it's the two-door wagon body style of the camback. They were really popular for drag racing because they were junk cars that ended up in junk yards. And so they were cheap, they're lightweight, plenty of room for big V8s. Recipe for success in drag racing, but that's not going to be the goal for this car. I kind of want to build it as a what if sort of thing. So what if it wasn't a junk car when it was new, and what if they actually focused on it being a GT car, like lots of Euro influences and actually trying to compete in that sort of market. So that's going to be the plan for it. I want it to be just a good looking, good sounding, and fun to drive road car. Yeah, I think that covers the premise of it. So I'll flip the camera around and show you guys what we're working with. And I'll try to include some pictures of what it looked like before this point. I've had the car for a little over 2 years, and just now actually started doing any work with it. We've got all the front end bits taken off, engine bay stripped out, interior stripped out and full of junk. The car was mostly solid. We've got some rust forming underneath, but the biggest issue was here, this windshield channel rotted all the way around. So that's going to be a big headache on the body, getting that fixed. So we are probably going to strip this car down completely to fix all of that, sandblast it, fix all the metal, prime it, and paint it. Not how much work I wanted to do originally, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to do some fender flares here, as we're going with bigger tires than what this car originally had. Other than that, we're going to keep the body fairly stock. Not doing anything too wild with it. Mechanically, we've already done an axle swap here on the rear end. It's out of a S10 Blazer. So that gives us 5 lug wheels in the classic Chevy pattern. So 5 by 4 3/4. And stronger rear end, more gear ratios available. You can get limited slips, disc brakes. So that's all good. Same thing on the front end. Going to be doing S10 spindles, get matching wheels and disc brakes all 4 corners. Interior. So we have most of the interior bits. Some of them are a little rough. It's a lot of old plastic that's crumbled. The original front seats are shot. So what we've got here is a set of front seats out of a Mark I or early Mark II Golf. picked these up in a junkyard, just happenstance. And I really liked these and wanted to go with them because they have way more bolstering on the sides. They're pretty comfortable. And the one big feature is they don't just fold forward all the way to allow access to the rear seats, which is all the originals could do. They also have adjustments for leaning front and back and up and down, so that'll be a lot more comfortable, especially for taller people like myself, being able to actually get in a comfortable driving position. Otherwise, the interior is going to be pretty much original. The drivetrain, the exciting stuff. I took a video of it. It turned out horrible a couple days ago, so I'll just try to include some pictures now of what it looked like. So what that engine is a Busso V6. It came out of a 1992 Alfa Romeo 164. So that's a 3-liter single overhead cam 12-valve V6. They didn't make a ton of power in the original car, only 180, 190 horsepower. But it's an all-alloy engine. They sound really good. They look pretty cool. So yeah, that's going to be what's going in the car. It's going to take a little bit of work to adapt it to the rear-wheel drive setup, but not too bad. Got some plans going for it. It's going to need a custom bell housing to adapt it to a rear-wheel drive transmission. The idea is the new Tremec TKX, which is a 5-speed manual. Going with that over a 6-speed, partly to save a little bit of size and weight there. The less chopping and hammering I have to do on the transmission tunnel, the better. And still plenty of gear for the car. You should be able to cruise at freeway speeds without a problem. We're going to be stripping the Bosch fuel injection system off of it, which is a little unfortunate because those polished intake runners on those V6s look pretty cool, but we're going to be going with 3 downdraft carburetors on a custom intake manifold that I'll be making here in the next couple months, and a standalone distributor. So that's going to be going with the kind of period correctness of the car, and it'll look and sound pretty cool. It's not going to make a ton of horsepower. If I could make 200 horsepower at the flywheel with it, I'd be pretty happy. Yeah, otherwise we're going to be running a stainless exhaust system. There's not a ton of room under the car, so that'll require a few, it'll involve a few headaches, but it should be sounding pretty cool when that's done. The goal, realistically, with the car right now is we're just going to be focusing on mechanical stuff for the time being. So getting that motor running next up on the docket, probably before the motor actually, is doing those spindle swaps on the front end and a new tubular K-member. And then we can worry about trying to fit that engine in there. Otherwise, having the engine running by the spring would be ideal. And then we can start routing and planning all the other mechanical stuff around it. And yeah, so I'll try to get videos updated as soon as stuff happens on the car and I can get some time to work on it. I hope you follow along and find it interesting. Yeah, thanks for watching.